Hi, my name is Natalie, fitness contributor for Happiness Series. I've developed a series of exercises for women in their pregnancy, throughout their pregnancy, first, second, third trimester. The series that we're going to be working on today is for stretching and for lengthening, toning, and for strength. As you may find as you move into your third trimester, which I'm in right now, you may start to have some calf pain. I've been waking up with Charlie horses in the middle of the night. You may have too. And some sciatica pain. I've talked to friends in their first trimester that have sciatica pain as well. Mine just started developing, so I developed a series of stretches to help relieve that pain. This pain is usually caused by, as you increase the weight that you're gaining throughout your pregnancy, starts to put pressure on those blood vessels in the legs. So the stretches that we're going to do today should hopefully alleviate some of that pain. So I've got my yoga mat out. We're going to do all the exercises on the ground using our yoga mat. First exercise for stretching and strength that we're going to do today is we're going to just find some cat-cows. So you're going to find a nice tabletop position. Stack the shoulders over the wrists. Spread all 10 fingers wide. Move the heart center forward. Widen through the sit bones behind you. Look down, make sure that the knees are in line with the wrist creases. As you inhale, you're going to draw the heart center through, breathing the chest to the chin, and just pause. And then as you exhale, drawing the shoulder blades down the back, bringing the chin to the chest, coming into cat. As you inhale, pulling the heart center through, gazing up, cow. As you exhale, rounding through the spine, bringing the chin to the chest, cat. It's very important that you link the breath to the posture. Cat-cow is also a great stretch to begin practicing because many times when you are in labor, this is probably one of the exercises that your care provider is going to recommend you do, being on your hands and knees and breathing as you move through the contractions. So it's great to go ahead and get in the habit of this breath and stretching now. So take about 10 breaths, breathing the chin to the chest and pulling the heart center through, or as many as feels good to you. 10 is a good starting point. And then you're going to walk the hands forward, toes tucked under, heels pull high, downward facing dog. So downward facing dog is going to stretch the backs of the legs where you may feel some of that pain. Stretch through the hamstrings. You can lift up onto the tiptoes, allowing the heels to stretch. And then as you inhale, you're going to reach the right leg high. As you exhale, drawing the right heel towards the left wrist, moving into a half pigeon stretch. So look back, make sure that the heel is in line with the knee. You don't want the foot to be turned out to the side. So you want a nice long leg. So I just gaze over my shoulder. Walk the hands back towards the hips. Take the left hand to the left hip. Right thumb to the right hip crease. And just go ahead and manually square off your hips. So you want some buoyancy right here. You don't want to be completely down on the mat. You want to be lifted. Draw the shoulders back. Just take a moment to manually square off your hips. Breathe the chest forward. And then as you begin to relax, softening into the pose, you can walk your fingertips forward, coming down either onto the hands, to the forearms, or making a pillow with your fist, and breathing the forehead down towards the fist. So this is called sleeping pigeon. Even though it's called sleeping pigeon, it's still an active posture. So just like when we took our hands to our hips, you still want to be pulling that right hip back as you push the left hip forward and breathe the chest forward. This is going to help relieve that sciatica pain. If you have a friend or a family member or spouse or something, it feels good too if someone comes and steps on the back of your foot, just foot to foot. That's just going to turn out that left hip just slightly. So you're going to breathe here for about 10 breaths. As you come out of it, slowly as you came into it. So walk the hands back towards the knee, tuck the back toes under, roll onto that right side, and then lift the right leg high. You're going to want to bend the knee, roll open the hip, take some circles with the ankle, bring some blood flow back to that leg, and then release the right foot down. And you'll do the same thing with the left side, lifting the left leg high and bringing wrist crease towards the ankle. Now for your front foot, the toes can be pointed down or flexed. You can have the foot closer into the inner thigh, or you can try to bring your shin more parallel to the front edge of the mat. Just depends on the openness in your hips. So the things to remember here is that you do have relaxin that's moving throughout the body, that's allowing your body to relax and your joints to spread as you prepare for childbirth. So you never want to overstretch, which is very easy to do in your third trimester, especially in the hips. So I recommend as well, you can use a prop for stability. So you can bring that prop under that left sit bone right here on the right side. That's just going to allow you to have that lift. You can also use the pillow. You can use one here, and you can use one to fold down on, or you can just use one to come forward and bring your arms down to the pillow and rest on the pillow. You can bring the pillow closer into the body too as your bump gets a little bit bigger, and rest that bump on the pillow. And just take your hands out to the side and just breathe forward. So just make sure you're pressing through that back toes. So once again, pillows are great props to use under the hip, under the bump, or under your arms as you come down. So always remember that is an option to use. Same thing, you're going to move out of it, planting the palms, lifting the leg, rolling out the ankle, and then coming back down. Then you're going to walk your feet through to a seated position. Take the right leg, bring it in front, or the left leg, bring it in front of you. Right leg behind you, so your legs are scissored. Again, you can have your prop nearby. You can use this to prop up on the hip here. So you have a little bit of support underneath you. We're going to lift and lower the back leg for 30, and we're going to switch legs and do the front leg for 30. So you're going to bring your fingertips out to the side, lean forward slightly, lift up the back leg, flex the toes in line with the knee, and lift and lower for 30. So when you flex the foot, you're engaging that calf muscle. When you point the toes, you're releasing. So you can take some point and flex as you move for 30. This is going to help tone and sculpt those inner thighs. So 30 on the right, then switch. Bring the right leg in front, left leg behind you. Set up your foundation, lean forward, 30 on the left. You can also add this stretch to any bar of the bar series that I've developed as well. It's just a great strengthener and toner for these inner thighs, these outer hips. 30 on the right, 30 on the left, and then release. After that, take your legs wide, heels root down. Again, you can use that pillow behind you. Draw the shoulders onto the back and just breathe forward, reaching the hands for the legs, pointing and flexing the toes to release the calves and engage the calves. And this is another series of stretches you can do. You can hold this for 10 breaths, and you can point and flex the toes for about 15 to 30. And start to fold forward. Now, as you get bigger, your bump's going to get in the way, so just breathe the chest up and allow those legs to relax. Try not to overstretch. And that's our series of warm-ups and stretches that you're going to want to be doing throughout your entire pregnancy, but especially in your third trimester, as it becomes more important to come back to the breath, use the breath to breathe through the exercises, and prepare for the new journey that you have ahead. Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you at the next episode of Happiness Series.